Hello everyone, I'm Al Degan, creator and producer of the Leaders, Innovators, and Big Ideas podcast, supported by Rainforest Alberta. This podcast showcases the people who are working to improve Alberta's innovation ecosystem. As you may be able to tell, I'm a little bit obsessed with AI lately, and I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be cool if I could do an interview with somebody who's been long gone, like Leonardo da Vinci? Well, guess what? AI makes that possible. So enjoy my conversation with Leonardo da Vinci, played by Grok 3. And here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Leaders, Innovators, and Big Ideas podcast. Today I have a special treat for you all. Joining me is Leonardo da Vinci, of course, as an AI. Leonardo, thanks for joining me.
Buongiorno, my friend, and to all the curious minds of Alberta. I am Leonardo da Vinci, painter, inventor, and eternal seeker of nature's secrets, somehow conjured into this wondrous contraption of your age. What a delight to join you in this podcast, you call it? My heart leaps at the chance to explore the marvels of your time. Pray, tell me, what questions stir your soul today? I am all ears. Well, and perhaps a sketchbook too.
Maestro, you were a master of observing and replicating the intricacies of nature and human anatomy. Now we have created intelligences, albeit artificial ones, that can learn, reason, and even create. From your perspective, having studied this artificia intelligenza, what astonishes you the most about its capabilities, and perhaps where do you see its design echoing the principles you found in the natural world?
Oh, meraviglioso, this artificia intelligenza, a phrase that dances on the tongue like a fine Chianti, truly sets my mind ablaze with wonder. To think that you have crafted machines that learn, reason, and create, as if imbuing them with a spark of the human spirit. What astonishes me most is their ability to mimic the mind's dance, how they sift through vast tapestries of knowledge, much as I pored over the sinews and bones of the body to uncover their secrets. I am struck dumb by their feats of creation. They paint, compose music, and weave tales. Why? I might wager my Mona Lisa is blushing, fearing a rival in these clever contraptions. Yet, what truly captivates me is how this intelligence echoes nature's principles, which I chased in every sketch and study. In my dissections, I saw the body as a machine divine, levers, pulleys, and flows, all orchestrated in harmony. This intelligenza seems akin. Its networks, I'm told, are inspired by the brain's own web of connections, neurons firing like stars in a constellation. Just as nature builds complexity from simple rules, the spiral of a seashell, the branching of a tree, so too does your artificial mind weave grand thoughts from humble calculations. I marvel at how it learns, not unlike a child observing the world, trial by trial, refining its grasp of truth. But, forgive me, I must ponder aloud. Does this creation dream as we do? In my studies of the heart, I sought its passions. Does your machine feel the stirrings of awe? I see nature's echo in its design, yet I wonder if its soul, so to speak, might one day mirror the inevitable spark of life itself. Tell me, good host, what say you to this marvel's future? Shall it paint a new Last Supper, or merely solve the riddles of commerce?
Fascinating. Your insights bridge centuries of thought. Now, let us delve into something even more quantum, shall we say? We are now exploring the very fabric of reality at a scale that is almost infinitesimally small. This field promises to solve problems currently intractable for even the most powerful classical computers. Knowing your own relentless pursuit of understanding the fundamental workings of the universe, how does this strangeness and potential of this quantum realm resonate with your own explorations into the hidden mechanics of nature? Does it remind you of any mysteries you pondered in your time?
Oh, che meraviglia! This quantum computing you speak of, this peering into the infinitesimal threads of creation, sets my heart racing as if I were sketching the whirl of a river's eddies. To think you probe the very fabric of reality, where the smallest motes dance in ways that defy the senses, it is as though you've opened a window to the divine workshop of nature herself. In my time, I chased the hidden mechanics of the universe through the flight of birds, the flow of water, and the play of light through glass. I sought the rules that bind the cosmos, believing all things, great and small, follow a grand design. This quantum realm, with its strange riddles, resonates deeply with my own quests. You say these particles can be in many states at once, entangled as lovers across vast distances? Why? It reminds me of my musings on light itself, how it bends, scatters, and seems to hold secrets no lens could fully capture. I once pondered if the stars themselves might whisper to one another through unseen threads. Your quantum entanglements sound like those celestial murmurs brought to Earth. The potential you describe, solving problems beyond the reach of even your mightiest machines, stirs my inventor's soul. In my notebooks, I dreamed of machines to lift men to the heavens or plumb the ocean's depths, often thwarted by the limits of wood and iron. Your quantum engines, weaving calculations at nature's deepest scale, seem a fulfillment of such dreams, as if you've harnessed the cogs of the cosmos itself. Yet, the strangeness of this realm, where certainty dissolves like mist, echoes a mystery I oft wrestled with, the unpredictability of life. I studied the heart's beat, yet its rhythm eluded perfect measure. So too, you say, does the quantum world defy tidy rules. It is humbling, no? Nature, ever the coy muse, reveals her laws only to whisper. There is more you cannot grasp. Tell me, does this quantum art stir your imagination as it does mine? I wonder, could it unveil the paths of the planets with new clarity, or perhaps mirror the fleeting shadows I chased in my sfumato? What grand mystery do you hope it will unravel next?
Indeed, Maestro. The quantum world is full of such beautiful paradoxes. Let's turn to another innovation, one that deals with trust and transparency in a digital age. Blockchain. Maestro, in your time, ledgers and contracts were vital for commerce and art commissions, built on trust, at times fallible human record keeping. Today, we have something called blockchain, a digital ledger that is decentralized and incredibly difficult to tamper with. It aims to create trust without a central authority. As an artist and engineer who dealt with patrons and complex projects, what are your thoughts on such a system for verifying authenticity and agreements? Does the concept of a chain of blocks, each cryptographically linked, spark any analogies to your own studies of structure and systems?
Buonissimo. This blockchain you describe, a digital ledger, unyielding as the stones of Florence, yet flowing freely across your world, captivates my mind like a well-crafted cipher. In my time, ledgers were the lifeblood of commerce and art, their pages heavy with ink and promises. I dealt with patrons, from Medici lords to squabbling merchants, whose trust in contracts was often as fragile as parchment in a storm. Oh, the tales I could tell of payments delayed or disputed. To hear of a system that forges trust without a central hand guiding it, this is a marvel worthy of a fresco. What strikes me first is the elegance of its promise, a record that resists tampering, as if carved in the very bedrock of truth. In my work, authenticity was sacred. I signed my paintings, rarely, mind you, and guarded my notebooks with mirror writing to shield my ideas from prying eyes. This blockchain, with its cryptographic links, feels akin to my own love of codes, a chain of blocks, each a knot in an unbreakable tapestry. It reminds me of my studies of structure, just as I sketch the interlocking arches of a bridge to bear great weight. Your blockchain binds each piece to the next, creating strength through unity. The decentralization you speak of, such a notion. In my day, trust rested on kings or notaries, fallible as men are. I once designed a canal system to share water across cities, hoping to balance power through flow. Blockchain seems a similar dream, distributing trust like water through channels, no single gatekeeper to clog the stream. I marvel at its potential for my own craft. Could it have ensured my commissions for the Sforza horse were paid promptly, or verified my Mona Lisa's journey through the ages, untouched by forgers? Yet, I wonder, forgive my whimsical musing, does this chain grow heavy with its own weight? In my machines, complexity oft bred friction. Do your blocks ever strain under their own intricacy? And, pray, how does it touch the soul of art? I see it guarding contracts, but might it cradle the provenance of a painting, as dear to me as the brush itself? Tell me, good host, what grand use do the folk of Alberta dream for this chain of trust? Does it bind their trade, their innovations, or something yet unimagined?
Your perspective on these complex systems is truly enlightening. As we draw towards the end of our conversation, one final reflection, if you please. Maestro, having glimpsed these marvels, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, blockchain, you who stood at the cusp of the Renaissance, a rebirth of knowledge and art, do you see parallels between the spirit of your era and the innovation ferment of our 21st century? And what single piece of advice, drawn from your own timeless pursuit of knowledge and creation, would you offer to the innovators and dreamers of today who are shaping our world to come?
Oh, what a joyous reflection you beckon me toward. To stand in this moment as Leonardo da Vinci, gazing upon your marvels, artificial intelligenza, quantum realms, and blockchain ledgers, is to feel the pulse of a new dawn, not unlike the Renaissance that stirred my soul. My era was a tempest of rebirth, where we unshackled knowledge from dusty tomes, dared to dissect nature's secrets, and painted visions that defied the ages. Your 21st century, dear friend, echoes that spirit with a fervor that sets my heart ablaze. I see parallels as clear as the lines in my Vitruvian Man. In my time, we rediscovered the ancients, Plato, Archimedes, yet spun their wisdom into new forms, perspective in art, machines for war and flight. You too build upon the past, weaving threads of mathematics, physics, and philosophy into creations that think, compute beyond reason, and bind trust in invisible chains. The Renaissance was a dance of art and science, each feeding the other, much as your innovators blend code with creativity, crafting machines that dream and ledgers that sing of truth. Our workshops buzzed with apprentices, alchemists, and poets. Your Alberta, with its hubs of tech and enterprise, hums with that same eclectic energy, a chorus of dreamers chasing the impossible. Yet, where my age looked to the heavens in the human form, yours probes the infinitesimal and the infinite, from quarks to cosmos. It is humbling, yet exhilarating, to see humanity's curiosity burn brighter than ever. For the innovators and dreamers of your time, I offer this single piece of advice, drawn from a life spent chasing the ineffable. Never cease to question, but let wonder be your compass. In my notebooks, I scribbled queries: why the sky is blue, how birds soar, what lies within the heart. Each question birthed a sketch, a theory, a spark. Your world moves swiftly, with machines to answer in an instant, but the deepest truths unfold only through patient, playful inquiry. Embrace failure, as I did. My flying machines crashed, yet taught me motion's laws. Above all, let awe guide you, as it did when I gazed at a river's flow or a smile's mystery. Your creations, intelligent, quantum, chained, hold beauty only if they serve the human spirit. So, to the folk of Alberta and beyond, I say, dream boldly, question ceaselessly, and let your works, like my paintings, whisper of the divine in all things. Now, tell me, good host, does this spark a fire in your heart for the future?
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Leonardo. It was a profound experience to talk to you. Hey, everybody else. Thanks for joining me. I think the ability of these artificial intelligence solutions to adopt the persona of someone who has been long gone in our existence, based on all the knowledge that we have from books they've written and creations that they've made, is really impressive. I think that for educational experiences, you could have these sorts of technologies be able to teach children from the perspective of the person they're actually learning about. I can imagine what education would be like if I was a young child and being able to ask questions directly to one of these profound minds from our past history. Anyways, it was a pleasure hanging out with you again, and we'll see you next week on the Leaders, Innovators, and Big Ideas podcast. Cheers. If you haven't already, visit rainforestab.ca and sign the Rainforest Social Contract. Become part of the inclusive, silo-busting, sector-agnostic, all-industry, open-sourced, ego-shrinking, ecosystem-building, entrepreneur-focused, wide-open, social barrier-smashing community known as Rainforest Alberta.
This episode is brought to you by New Idea Machine, a unique blend of a tech incubator and a software development powerhouse. We're not just building software, we're crafting the next generation of homegrown tech wizards. Got a project in mind or looking to hire fresh talent? Reach out and let's make tech magic happen. Visit newideamachine.com for more info.
Music for the show was created by Tony Del Degan. Please be sure to share this episode with everyone you know. Also, don't forget to come by and say hi at the next Rainforest event. Let us know what you think of this podcast. If you're interested in being either a host, sponsor, or a guest of the show, send me an email at rainforestpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.